Welcome everybody to my first ever video in the Caginelli gym where I've been hanging around a lot over the past few months, and I've made it into my own space after a year and just thought, okay, I'm going to turn this garage into a gym, and I've been doing something good with the time over these months that we've all been at home because of the situation that I'm going to end up talking about in another video. But for now, I'm going to just talk about the Great Awakening, which is what the main thing that's going on here. So first of all, I want to start with there's an era that we're going into. We're going to a completely different energetic field in the earth. So we've gone from the past where we're kind of in a 2D, 3D type consciousness. 3D, sorry. And we're going then into now a 4D and a 5D state consciousness. And a lot of people will begin to feel changes in their life, things from the past coming up to deal with, and they don't want that anymore, then they can get rid of it. Things like situations that have gone wrong in the past or thought processes that you don't want in your life anymore, they will come up and you will notice them and then become aware of them and then deal with them and get rid of them. And then you can become free in this new place that we're going into. And a lot of people will still feel the same because they are more in a lost frame of mind. But there's a lot of open-minded people and people that I want to open minds of my friends that I've been talking to and whoever's listening here, to really begin to feel what's going on here, because this is the biggest shift in consciousness energy ever in the history of the world, and so many things are happening. And this situation, for example, the so-called disease of what's going on here that I'll talk about in another video, is kind of the end of the old era, the end of the people who control the world. They're coming to an end and our power is coming back. The people, I mean the so-called elite and the billionaires that have put us in a low vibration, so we can come up and now come ahead of them and we control them. We don't let them control us anymore. If we higher our consciousness before they get into our consciousness and make it low forever, because that's what they're doing now with this. They're making us lack of control, lack of freedom, and making us scared, because when we're in fear and anger, that is the worst consciousness and the worst kind of energy you can have. And we have to control that, and we have to know that what they're doing is criminal. And we need to not let that into our energetic field, not get scared, and concentrate on ourselves so we can take our power back and they will be no more. And if you don't know what I'm on about with these elite, I'll talk about in another video. But for now, this is the Great Awakening. And my message to you for the first video is to concentrate on yourself, to be aware of the thoughts that you don't want, be aware of the thoughts that you do want. Be aware of what you want to do in your destiny. And if you don't know, meditate. Morning and night, that's what I started to do. And I've started feeling much more free and awake, which I did before, but even more so now, working on yourself and things coming up that you don't want anymore. And also you begin to feel much closer to the universe and to our souls, because we're just a temporary physical being. We're a spiritual being living a temporary human experience, and you begin to know that when you begin to meditate and begin to be mindful and begin to come close to nature. And everybody, that if you do that now, you will begin to feel the energetic change in the world. And this is people think that this is a big thing that's happening now with this so-called virus, but there's bigger things that are going to happen between now and the end of the year. I'm saying this now so people believe me when it happens. But things are going to happen, massive changes around October, November, December time, towards the end of the year. It's going to be a massive event, positive or negative, but it will be a massive event anyway, to change people's minds to what actually is the world and what is physical reality, because we've been living in a complete illusion being portrayed by the elite. And the majority of the people, when I talk about we, there's a lot of people like myself who know what's going on. But I really want to get this message out to the rest of the people who are a bit confused or do not know what's going on. And they need to take their power back. And because the elite and the people who want to keep us in a low vibration will keep doing that. And we need to make sure that they don't happen, because we have the power. They are very small compared to us. And if we do not let them into our energetic field, then they will have no power. But if we give them power to do so, as we're doing now, listening to them and to every little thing they tell us to do, we've been doing that for a long time now, listening to others rather than listening to ourselves when it comes to health, when it comes to what we can and can't do. We have to listen to ourselves to do what's right and to what feels right. And this is what this time is now, to take our power back, to do what you think is right, to come within yourself and your soul and your destiny. And then you'll begin to feel this energetic field, and this earth will be the greatest earth ever. Thank you.